Senator Chuck Grassley, key member, Republican leadership, member of the Budget Committee, so much more. Senator, the markets don't seem to be worried about this, are you?
Absolutely not. In all the years I've been in the United States Senate, there's only been 2 shutdowns. That's 2 shutdowns too many. And you heard Mulvaney and Roberts talk about everything in this bill the Democrats agree to. They want DACA in. DACA doesn't even have the so-called Republican-Democrat compromise doesn't have any legislative language at this point. You couldn't get it done by tonight if you wanted to. I think it'd be difficult to do after 4 or 5 days as well. So there's a March 5th deadline for DACA. So what's the big deal? Let's keep the government open and get on with it and do the other business that needs to be done, and we'll work out a DACA compromise. But you can't have one Republican, one Democrat sit down and think that they're going to negotiate something for the other 98 members of the Senate. So that's how unrealistic this has been going at this point.
So when the president met with Chuck Schumer, and we're told he might not have bounced that off Republican leaders, yourself or Mitch McConnell, maybe we're getting different reports on that. The worry, I guess, would be among some of your Republican colleagues, sir, is that the president is sympathetic to the last person with whom we spoke, in this case Chuck Schumer, and might sign a deal that would favor Democrats. You say what?
I'm not worried about that at all, because a week ago Tuesday we had a bicameral, bipartisan group of 23 people with the President of the United States, and the President was very much engaged in it, and we agreed to 4 things. In other words, narrow down about 50 things to 4 things. We ought to be able to reach an agreement. That's what the President said he was for. He's still for that. That's taking care of DACA kids. It's border security. It's doing away with diversity visa, and it's doing away with chain migration. This program that Durbin and Graham are peddling as a bipartisan solution is way, way away from what the president said he would sign.
All right, so you're talking about Lindsey Graham, who said he much preferred the president's posture and tone in that Tuesday meeting, remember, that went on live and people could hear it, versus the Thursday, what seemed like a change in mindset on his part. Regardless, do you think the middle ground here is, at a minimum, a vote on a 4 or 5 day extension, and then, again, whether it's DACA that's addressed by March or sooner, something to avoid an outright shutdown tonight?
As of about 2:30, the last time I was at a meeting with other senators, that was not a reason, that wasn't even a possibility for us. And there's all kinds of reasons why it's February 16th. You can talk about the House being gone next week. You can talk about Democrats having a retreat, Republicans having a retreat. February 16th sounds like a long ways off, but it really doesn't give a lot of legislative days to get things done. And so February 16th is just about, maybe a day or 2, is just about what it has to be for reasons of the schedule of the United States Senate. Now, maybe that schedule should be more forget retreats, forget this or that, get down to business. I'm not going to argue with that, but this is why February the 16th was set.
Now, I know you're not focused on who gets the blame or whatever, but the rap seems to be you Republicans have the run of the table. You control the House and the Senate, obviously the White House. I understand the votes that are required in the Senate, Democratic votes at that, to close this deal. But are you afraid that the rap is going to be you guys are not able to govern?
Well, let's say that out of 51 Republicans, 47 of them or 48 of them vote not to shut down government, and you have, you have 45 or 44 Democrats vote against it, quantifiable. It's pretty easy to tell that the Democrats don't want to move this bill along, a bill that they agree with.
All right, Senator, wish you well. Hope it's not too late tonight. We'll see what happens. Senator Chuck Grassley, good seeing you again.
Thank you.